Chapter 3. Let's check it out. A good way of thinking about theory is to consider theory as a lens. For example, when you go to the eye doctor for a new set of eyeglasses, the doctor asks you to look at a collection of letters through samples of different lenses. Each lens provides you with a different view. Some lenses make the letters clear and organized, whereas others leave them fuzzy and distorted. Just as each lens dramatically shapes the way that you see the same view, each theory shapes the way that you interpret the world. Not all theories are successful in helping you see a social phenomenon more clearly. Indeed, some theories that aim to simplify complex information can end up making it more complicated. However, sometimes the right theory can help you see information in an entirely new light, just as the correct lens allows you to see with precise detail. In this way, theories are tools we can use for critical and contextual analysis. Exercises. Number 1. Although contemporary culture prescribes sitting still while thinking, a stroll through the history of literature and philosophy finds abundant evidence of a counter-message. Take Friedrich Nietzsche, for instance. Only thoughts which come from walking have any value, he maintained. Søren Kierkegaard felt similarly. I have walked myself into my best thoughts, remarked the Danish philosopher. Walking is gymnastics for the mind, observed the American writer Ralph Waldo Emerson. I am unable to reflect when I am not walking. The moment I stop, I think no more. And as soon as I am again in motion, my head resumes its workings, added the Swiss-born philosopher Jean-Jacques Rousseau. The French philosopher and essayist Michel de Montaigne regretted that his thoughts often came to him when he was on the move, at moments when I have nothing to jot them down on. This often happened, especially on my horse, the seat of my widest musings. Number 2. Social scientists, without using the term, have been squinting at whether our species has an objective function for more than a century. Kahneman and Tversky and Thaler and Banaji, and all of them have looked at the fundamental programming that makes us who we are, and for the adjustments that can be made to make us better. But increasingly, a new crop of social and political scientists are beginning to step back from the problem and ask whether in some cases, or even most cases, there's any universal notion of better we could ever agree on. They're pointing out that better for you or me could be in fact far worse for someone else in other circumstances. And what they are pursuing suggests that not only isn't there a sea across which we're trying to point a ship or a destination to which we can navigate, but also that it's in fact dangerous to build an automated system that measures success against a universal medium in service of a universal goal. Number 3. A new level of hate speech laws was reached in 2017 in Germany, when a bill was passed by the German Bundestag, which specifically criminalizes hate speech on social media. The law also insists that social networks may be fined very large sums of up to 50 million euros in case they do not actively seek and successfully remove certain content within a week. The passing of this law was controversial, with a number of German, but also many international commentators, stating that such a law is very far-reaching and will have a number of non-intended and counterproductive consequences. Since then, social networks have taken many efforts to comply with this new law. And while they have certainly succeeded in removing quite a lot of illegal content, there have also been many issues with content being removed either by accident or due to overinterpretation of certain statements. Appeal of removal decisions is also important, and social networks are starting to implement this. Number 4. Emotions, such as anger, can promote cooperation because they motivate actors to inflict costs on selfish individuals. However, inflicting costs on individuals who are not selfish is harmful to both the establishment and the maintenance of cooperation, whether such actions constitute intentional exploitation or accidental harm. Interestingly, such behavior can evoke a distinct emotion. Although guilt can be elicited by a variety of events, the central elicitor is the infliction of harm on another, whether intentional or unintentional, prototypically within a command relationship characterized by expectations of mutual concern. Deliberate defection or careless mistakes can elicit guilt, just as initial gratitude can turn into guilt when failure to reciprocate becomes perceived as defection. Guilt focuses attention on the action and the harm that can be done to the other party, inflicts subjective discomfort on the actor via its strongly aversive valence, and motivates the actor to make up by aiding or otherwise compensating the victim. The functioning of guilt is thus precisely tuned to identify and reverse the damage done to a cooperative relationship.